Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's 9:01, so I'm going to get started. We've got 11 people plugging into the CVO this morning. Excited to be with you. Excited just to join to kick off with you this morning. I've got kind of just a couple of different things. Usually as I go into a Zoom or a conference or whatever, I've got certainly have specifics, but every now and then I'll just have a couple of things, and so I feel I want to dive into each of these things. Okay, so number one, so last week we talked about daily disciplines. Okay, we talked about daily disciplines and just really how important they are in the whole grand scheme of things from your success standpoint. Okay, it tends to make you or break you. Okay, so question for you. Question for you. If you really had to answer this, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? Okay, so the reason I'm asking this question is because I really want to dive into self-image. I want to dive into the importance of self-image because here's the thing to write down. Okay, your business, your production, your success, your what fill in the blank is never going to outgrow your self-image. I mean, okay, so let's pause right there. Do you understand that? Do you understand that your business, your success, your production is never going to outgrow your self-image? We don't ever. I want to say this in context. Okay, it's like we talk about this every now and then, and it's like, okay, like I get it, but it's like people ask, what is your why? Your why is the most important thing in the world. What is your why? What is your why? Well, here's the challenge with that. Okay, and you guys know I think a little bit differently. I'm kind of, you know, I'm off a little bit. But it's like, yeah, Kim just looked at me and gave me like, you think? Um, your why. You can tell me a lot of things. You can even write down a lot of things. You can even get emotional about a lot of things. Some of you, this may be the most freeing thing that you ever hear. For some of you, this may be the thing that gets you like propelled like no other. You've got to be careful about your why, because if you're not careful, you will think your why should be what everybody else's why is, and guess what? It never does it. It never motivates you. It never really engages all of your faculties. It never really engages your will. It never engages your desire, because it's not your why that matters to me. It was never like my why tended to change with the day. Like my why was always, it was always a little something different depending on the day. Okay, what's my why today? Well, it's a pretty day. I want to go play golf. I don't want to go to this stupid sucky job. That was my why for that day. Then my why may be different the next day. My why may be I want to get money in my bank account so that we could go to the grocery store without holding hands with the cashiers and praying that the debit card went through. That was my why for the next day. And then my why for maybe another day was, golly, I'm sick and tired of feeling bad, and like I don't know why I eat all this crap, and I shouldn't have had like the third bowl of ice cream was a little too much. Why do I do that to myself? So for this morning, for this morning, I don't care about your why. I don't care. You know what I care about? I care about what is the thing that triggers your desire? What is the thing that you can't live without? What is the thing that brings out your genius? And your genius, you see, when people say you think about smarts. Well, it is smarts, but your genius is your faculties. It's all the things that you've been blessed with. No matter how you're living right now or what struggles you're going through, let me just tell you something. You have been blessed. You have been created for a purpose. You have been endowed with the very seeds of greatness. You've been engineered. Your whole body, your mind, everything about you, your eyes that see, your mouth that speaks, and the vibration that comes out of your mouth that your ear hears, and you look at the inner workings of your ear, and you look at your subconscious mind, and you look at all of the things. You look at how like look at the cellular level of your body and how that changes, and how just look at your life. Look at your very existence. You have been blessed. You have been blessed. Now, what's going to propel you forward? Because we're okay. So yesterday I made a post like, everything seeks what it's created for, right? So it's like, fire tends to rise, right? There's a law called gravity. So rocks tend to settle, rocks tend to fall, right? Oil. I talked about oil and water and how they were created, and how you can see the difference if you pull oil into water or water in it'll seek how it was created. So what about you? So you've got a life, and there's certainly different ways that you can go in life, and there's certainly decisions that you make every day in your life. There you have the ability to change the way you think. You have the ability to change your association. You have the ability, you can either work out or not work out. You can either eat the third bowl of ice cream or not eat the third. There are things that you can do that build your self-image, and things that you can do that tear down your self-image. So a while ago, I made a statement. Your business is never going to outgrow your self-image. Okay. Now, there is some inner workings in there where when some people get started, they don't really have to develop like self-image building habits and things like that. But it's like, boom, like, and Barry Clarkson talked about this. Some people just get involved and they win early. Some people win early, some people struggle early. I don't know what the difference is. But it's like when somebody makes a couple of sales and they build a little bit of confidence, like, oh man, like, I can do an e-app. Like I did find the website, and I clicked on, the e-app, and I followed through, and somehow, some way we made it through the signature page, and man, I just reported it on Equisys site, and I feel good. It's like, man, that's confidence building, right? And so that makes you feel good about you. Okay. And if some of you guys, you're going through some early wins, and it's fantastic. Some of you guys are not going through early wins, and you're going through early struggles. Well, that is equal. In the long range of things, I will tell you it's a very little thing. Okay, because I will tell you, I was one of those that struggled mightily in the beginning of my career. And there were a lot of people that were enjoying a ton of success. I don't even know if they're around anymore. So don't ever compare your path. But the topic that I want to get in, and I want to close because I want to go to some other things, is self-image. Okay. Your self-image is vital. So what makes you happy? What are the things that you do that makes you happy? What are the things that you do that build your self-image? And what are the things that you do that tear down your self-image, make you feel bad? We talked last week again about habits, and I don't want to get so personal, but like man, these are the things. So if I were your personal coach, if I were to act like a personal coach to you, I mean, this is really the conversation that I really want to have most, because I will tell you, ultimately, Yeah, we can go over phone scripts, and we can go over websites and e-apps, and we can go over, income, assets, existing insurance, health. We can go over my little in-home presentation. We could do all of that. But your production is not going to rest on how well you know the in-home presentation. It's not going to rest on your phone script. It's going to ultimately rest on what your daily habits are. So I really, really want to impress on everybody that's plugging in. A while ago, it was 11 people. Let's see if there's any more than that. Okay, so we're up to 21. Thank you. Somebody must have sent out an all call, like, y'all please get on. Like, we're please get on. Okay. So what makes you happy? Well, I can just tell you, for me, guys, I ultimately, I love having some free days here and there. But ultimately what makes me happy is discipline. Discipline makes me happy. It makes me happy to push my body, push my mind, it makes me happy that I'm growing, I'm becoming. My best days are in front of me. I'm growing, and that makes me happy. Not always comfortable, but it makes me happy. So, eating bad, man, like for me, there's no greater food on the planet than pasta. Okay, well, the ironic thing is the one food that absolutely does not agree with me is pasta. Like a man, like put some chicken parm in front of me, and I'm just going to tell you, I think I could eat my weight in it, and that's probably the problem, right? There's no, like, eat just a little bit. No. I mean, you put that in front of me, and it's like that and bread, sugar stuff. Like, I love it. Here's the challenge, though. Man, it's like it's just, it doesn't last, but it's like, man, I'm into it, and then it's like, it's so good. It tastes so good. It's so good. But then I go through, like, I'm in a coma. Like, I don't feel good. Why did I do that to myself? And I don't know. That's me. That may not be you, but you may have some things in your life that are like that. You instead of yours being sugar, yours may be alcohol. Yours may be other things, but it's like these are the things that we kind of fall and we do, and we don't feel good. And one of the good things about me eating stuff like that, and having that day here and there where I'll go through and binge or whatever. The good thing is it reminds me how good discipline feels. It reminds me how good it feels when I eat clean, when I do. And so, guys, I'm just using this example from a health standpoint, but I could use the same thing from a business standpoint. Nothing makes me feel better from a business standpoint than doing my work. Nothing makes me feel better than getting on the phone. I was sitting here the other night, and Kim was on the couch. It was getting kind of late in the evening. But I'll just tell you personally, I don't like. I knew that in just a little bit I was going to be going to bed. I didn't want to go to bed feeling like I didn't do all I could do. And, but I had taken a break. I had eaten dinner and all of that. I kind of got in the mode of just like, okay. But you know what I did? I said, you know what? I'm going to go hit the phones one more time. I'm going to dial through my list one more time. All these people that I haven't been able to get in touch with the last probably 4 days, I'm going to call them one more time, right? But I did that, and guys, I can't tell you what the results are going to be, but I can tell you this: it makes me feel good to do. It makes me feel good to know that I did everything that I could. Now, I did get in touch with one lady, and I booked an appointment for the next morning. And okay, this was last Wednesday night, and I booked the appointment for Thursday morning prior to our 10 o'clock call. And you guys know what happened, right? Wrote an application, but that came off of that discipline. But I would have felt good with or without the reward. The reward was I wrote an application, but I would have felt good because I knew that was a disciplined decision that sows the seed for good things to happen. And so when I'm doing the things that make me feel good and building my self-image, it's easy for me to walk around today. It's like I went running this morning, and the only thing on my mind, like I was laughing, I was going, man, I really need to stop running a little bit and kind of tighten this down, because it was just affirmations were coming off of my lips. Like, people respond well to me. That was one of the biggest things that came up this morning. I haven't spoken that in a long time, but something great is happening in my life. Something great is happening in my life today. People respond well to me. People like me. People trust me. I connect well with people. I build rapport with people. I just the connection that I have with people is incredible. I love people. People love me. People respond favorably to me. People love when I call them to talk about life insurance. And so when I'm doing the things that make me feel good and building my self-image, I hope that you guys see my major point here is it's easier for me to keep doing the other things that build my self-image, that make me want to do more disciplined decisions. It's a cycle, guys. It is a cycle. And if you will get on that cycle, if you will be intentional about getting on that cycle. So if you need an accountability partner, then get an accountability partner. But getting on that cycle makes all the difference in your life. So self-image, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good versus what doesn't, what's congruent. We talked last week about what was congruent to as far as you getting where you want to go, okay, at least where you think you want to go, okay, versus what's incongruent. So those things that are incongruent, okay, I'm not saying that we have to eliminate them and we can't ever do them, and I'm not saying those things. I'm just saying that you do have to be honest with yourself and take an inventory of your life, and you've got to know you're spot on in this area. So freedom, to me, one of the biggest desires that I had was not success, not as everybody thinks success is. It was not wealth as people think wealth is. What motivated me was freedom. See, when people think about success, they think they have images of probably a lot of pride and ego type images, like success, like what success brings, and all eyes on you and things. Well, the truth is I don't want all eyes on me. I want all eyes off of me, but because it's not about me. But for me, the desire, again, it was not success, it was not wealth, it was not a car, like driving a Bentley or driving it like that didn't. Like, if you guys saw what I drove, like I still drive the car that I drove miles and miles, whatever, around the Eastern North Carolina selling life insurance. Like, I still have that car, and it embarrasses Kim. But like I'm telling you, it's a good driving car. Now it needs some work. I need a new seat. But it's what Kim said. That's what's embarrassing. The seat is what's embarrassing. Okay. And, but to me, the thing that motivated me, the thing that created in me that desire for me to go and do the things that I needed to do and really get serious about getting my life in order and getting my life congruent was freedom. Like, that's it. Like when people talked about freedom, I went, that's it. That's what I want. So what is freedom? It's waking up every single day and literally doing the things that you want to do. It's literally doing the things. Now I can go into doing the things that you've been called to do. Okay. I will say this and keep this in context, but I do think life insurance is a calling. But I will tell you, for 99.9% of you, life insurance is not your calling. Life insurance is something that will allow you to create the resources for you to go do your calling. And so just remember that. Take that in context, but just remember that. But life insurance, to me, It was that business that I owned that I could. So part of what I do feel like is my calling is I love pouring into people. I love teaching people the things that were taught to me that made all the difference in my life. Like my life has changed. I'm a changed life from the time I was 25 years old when I saw the business plan versus now. Like my life took a different direction when I saw a business opportunity. So man, I'll spend the rest of my days sharing opportunity with people. I'll spend the rest of my days teaching people how to orchestrate their life where their life is congruent with where they want to go, their purpose. It's their life is congruent with their purpose. Therefore, people start living purpose-driven lives. I feel like more than anything, more than your bank account balance, more than the cars you drive, more than your vacation homes. I feel like what's going to really make you happy and create that life of significance is waking up and being in pursuit of that awesome, incredible purpose that you were created for. So that's the thing that fulfills, right? So many things out there are deceptive. So many things out there. I think money's deceptive. I think things, you getting things. I think a lot of that's deceptive. It's good to enjoy those things. They just don't. They don't do it. They don't change you. They don't fulfill you in ways that you think they might. Even making a lot of money from the time that Kim and I were really struggling financially to the time when we weren't struggling at all financially. It's one of the things that I thought about. Like I really thought that success or making a lot of money would be different. Now, don't get me wrong. It presented different challenges. But I will tell you, I'd rather face those challenges versus the challenges of having no money. So it was awesome to start making a lot of money, but it didn't fulfill me in the ways that I thought it would fulfill me. So anyway, last thing is this. And I'll turn you loose, guys. With the Ethos Leads, okay. Let me say this. Personal coaching. I want every single person to know that if you need personal coaching, there's a lot of people in our organization that can give you sound coaching. If you need coaching from me, I will just tell you, I am available to you. I'm available to everybody. I'm not too busy to do that. But I will tell you that I do have a rule. It's fair for you to come to me and say, I'm struggling. I'm sure that's fair. Okay. But it's not fair for you to come to me and tell me you're struggling without submitting to me the numbers that revolve around your struggle. How much are you investing in leads each week? What lead type are you investing in? How many appointments are you setting each week? How many appointments are you accomplishing, actually doing each week? So if you can share with me those numbers around your struggle, then I will put you on my calendar and we'll sit down, because one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to find out. I just want to do a little self-image check on you, right? I want you to be transparent with me, right? Like, come on, like you can't head fake me, because I do know this is largely an activity-based business. So you can't head fake me there, okay? But I want to do a self-image check, because if I can, sometimes I can find it. Sometimes people are so guarded and they pretend so well that I'll never, that they just don't want me to find it. Okay. I'll never be able to find it. But it's that thing that's in their life that they do that really the enemy has orchestrated that kills their self-image. So I can see people that like, to me, it's like, man, this guy's a world changer. This lady's a world changer, man. They're so awesome. They're so sharp. Like, they're going to be incredible in this business. Like, they're going to be a Deanna Cooper. They're going to be a, a Connor Jones, or they're going to be a Jared, or, it's like, man, but then they don't ever do it. And it's like, man, I don't know what's up with that. Like, man, that's, like, what is it? Like, so it could be their activity, but it could be deeper than that. It could be that incongruent thing in their life that, man, if they won't let me in, I hope that at some point in time they let somebody in that helps them fix that, because man, when you do, life gets really, really good and blessings flow like crazy. Okay. So you want to have a good week. Okay. Be mindful of the things that we just talked about. Number 2, set appointments. Okay. This game called Ethos Leads. I don't want, like, again, don't take this out of context, but it's the easiest thing in the world. Okay. So the Ethos Leads allow us to be customer service people, not salespeople. Okay. These Ethos people that go to the Ethos website and start a life insurance application and abandon their cart, they don't need, hey, man, hey, John, hey, Claudia, hey, man, I'm the insurance broker. No, they don't need that. Matter of fact, some of you need to dial back your salesmanship, whatever that means to you. Some of y'all need to dial that, like, eliminate it. And really, Bill Martin talks about it really, really awesome, and that is, call your HVAC guy just for kicks. Call your HVAC guy and just have a conversation with him, see what his tonality is. Let him know you got problems with your air conditioner, whether you got problems or not. Just hear what he has to say. Some of y'all, you'd be so much better if you adopted the tonality of your last waiter or waitress. So you want to write a lot of applications this week, set a lot of appointments, and simply get on the phone and say, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you? Yes, we've got access to a lot more top-rated carriers than Ethos. Yes, we got your information from Ethos. They think we may be better suited to help you find the life insurance you're looking for. Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me what your affordability is, what your budget is, and let me go to work and see if I can help you find it. I'm assuming that if I can help you find the coverage you're looking for inside of your budget, that you're wanting to get life insurance. I'm assuming that. Okay. Now, if the answer to that is no, then, like, okay, I'm done. Have a good day. Because just like we heard from Matt Wilson on Thursday, I mean, I'm not a quote engine. Okay. So with that, I hope that today has been good for you. I see that we've got new hosts, and Claudia and Lisa and Casey, Rob Gillen, I see as a sign. So guys, rock and roll today. Listen, Phoenix, Arizona is going to be incredible. Listen, some of you are going, some of you aren't. It's okay. Okay. I just know this, that people that aren't going, not all of you, but the majority of people that aren't going, or something's going to happen over the next couple of days to keep you from Phoenix. I'll just say this, in the majority of cases, the very thing that keeps you away from going is the very reason you need to be there. Okay. Not all cases, but in most cases, the very thing that keeps you from going to Phoenix and associating with the top producers of the company, in most cases, it's the very reason you really needed to be there. Okay. But at the end of the day, some of you are going, some of you aren't. it's okay. We're still a complete team, and every single person, whether you're in Phoenix or not in Phoenix, you're a part of this team. And guess what? We are moving forward, and there are supernatural things that are happening inside of the Cornerstone Group right now. For those of you guys that will be in Phoenix, I do want to mention that we do hope to find a place for Thursday evening. We'll go for a quick dinner someplace. Hopefully there's a place right near the hotel. We'll go for a quick dinner for anybody that wants to go. But the biggest thing is we'll associate, kind of hang out together. I do want to create some time where the leaders just get to spend a few minutes with you, sharing their heart. I do want all the new people to be able to introduce themselves. So there's that connection there. And then on Friday afternoon, so the whole thing ends Friday at 1 o'clock West Coast time. Okay. One of the things that we may consider doing, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool, but I think it'd be cool to have like an hour or 2 hour jam session, where we do some phone calls. I don't care if we all go to our hotel rooms and do it on Zoom. I don't care. But I think it'd be kind of cool just to really take and go, okay, the conference is over. It's been great, but now I'm going to channel it into making my dials. I'm going to book up my calendar, because I'm going to make this association count for me and my family. Okay. With that, guys, love y'all.